Hello everyone! I'm out for a walk here on a nice March day out in Minnesota. Sun shining down, and just like in the Bible, Jesus said the words, don't worry about what you'll say, the words will be given to you. So let's see if God will give me the words here. Onomatopoeia. They just gave me that one. So they have to work through kind of what I know, because they're it's not hijacking my mind, but it's like they've connected to my mind like a brain slug or something. I don't know what they won't like anything I say. Mind jackers or whatever. Hijacking. One time I thought I was talking to my spirit guide, and felt like a jackhammer in my brain, like a vibration. But now I think that they can just, they have to maintain the, I call it the belief systems, you know. One of them was, takes energy to come through, right? So for someone on the other side to come through, that's one of them. Or that, you know, your chakras are awakened or whatever. Now you can communicate. Or I saw a video, someone lost their gift. I don't, they say there are no gifts. So that's a belief system, that we get a gift from God. And they said God doesn't allow things, you know, because they say we're not like, okay, we'll allow 5 beatings today, and we'll allow 10 carjackings, and, you know, like they're not, nobody is like, they say people just do what they want, and that's what's happening to me in my life. People harm me, and then other people don't care, and so it never gets corrected. And they said, I don't care about they said I don't want to solve it either. I'm like, well, I just see it like, I always feel like it's like a brick wall everywhere I turn. Like I'm not, there's no like clear solution. Because like there's assumptions I make, like, you know, dentists should help you with your teeth type of thing, but sometimes they wreck your teeth. And then same with the justice system, has something to do with upholding justice. You know, they're going to get the bad guys, but sometimes they punish the good guys and let the bad guys go free. Yeah, it's the same with, you know, is there karma? It's like, well, God basically says, well, people don't like it. So yeah, if you do things people don't like, and it's typically the people that are running the show. So if I go into some place and I start talking to people, it's usually positive, depending on where it is. Or juggling or whatever. I don't just, people, they kind of assume that I'm just going up to people. I usually ask, or ask God, you know. They'll say, like, those people you can say hi to. They'll say, that guy, he probably won't like you, you know, but it's usually pretty simple. And then sometimes, like, they don't always help. Sometimes they're like, don't talk to anyone. You're on your own on this one, you know. Because I don't, like they say, like, yeah, they could probably make my life better, but they also don't want to. They want me to make my life better. They want people to work it out on them with themselves. That's why there's a saying in the Bible, you know, make things right with people. You know, forgive your brother, make things right with people, you know, because that's going to be better for everyone if people just work it out. But you know, sometimes I say, you know, I tried to convince myself that there was some kind of hell or punishment, but it didn't work. I don't know what is beyond here. I do think that this is what I say this to God. I said, it's like a paradox, because like they say, you want to be corrected. You don't want to be doing bad stuff. But the people doing those, what I call bad stuff, but they also say there is no good and right and wrong, good and bad, blah, blah, blah. It's, you know, people have a standard. Like that, like most people would agree that lying is bad. You shouldn't lie. But then they, like everyone lies about something at some point. So everyone understands that. If you're, so a guy's got a gun pointed at you or whatever, you know, you're not obligated to tell them you can lie or whatever, but So I think most people agree with that. There's not one never lie ever type of standard, but they say it's not helping you. And then the justice system, they don't care. Because I said, oh, this is one correction God will make. I say, they're allowing her to tell lies. And God will say, no, they just don't care if she tells lies. They don't say, okay, miss, you're allowed to tell 10 lies about him. Go ahead. They just don't care that they're lies. See, that's the thing. I don't have anyone in my corner. Like my family doesn't care. They don't care. Like if my dad, you know, I don't think he wanted to harm me, but he also doesn't care if he harms me. Someone left a bike here. Looks like it hasn't been here that long. I'm not a bike thief, but yeah, I left a push cart underneath the place where I live, and like the people there are not good, and they took the bolts off the thing, and it's like, why? It's just, I know, it's just, yeah, I shouldn't be there. God tells me like basically every day, you shouldn't be here. It's not for you. And I go, I know, but like I feel like it's too hard for me to do anything. It's like I can go out for like a few hours or something, but I didn't move. Men with guns, I say men with guns showed up and had me removed without warning. I was suffering at my parents' house. My parents, without warning, my dad just had some police come, show up, remove me. I just only got whatever I could just carry. Yeah, so they wouldn't even give me my shirts back. I said, my dad says he wants to help. And I said, you won't even give me my t-shirts back. They won't invite me over for even Christmas. Parents are terrible people. My siblings are terrible people, but they didn't wreck my life either. My brother swears in. Here comes Owen. Hope you're having a great day. Some person. She actually has her dog on the leash. Most people don't. Out here. Yeah, so it's really hard for me to remember. I just come out here and I don't know exactly what to say, but it's like I have all these conversations. And God's like, they kind of like had this, I don't know what it is, like an energy drain thing on me. So it goes back to my theory that everything is God kind of, they're like the manipulators behind the scene to make belief systems work. So I remember someone said, yeah, energy vampires. I'm like, I don't think anyone is an energy vampire. I think God just makes people feel uncomfortable around these people or can drain. And people just go, what the heck? Yeah, because they said they don't want me to feel comfortable in places I shouldn't be. So. Yeah, so let me just, should we break it? No, we'll just keep packing here. So, yeah, I wish I could remember everything. That's the problem is, I have a lot of stupid conversations with God. How about that? I feel like I'm changing. Like they're, I don't know if it's a good or bad change though, because I used to have a lot of energy. Now it's like, I guess I get kind of depressed. I'd say I'm dealing with severe depression, or was at least. Severe depression. Because it's not one thing, you know. I say it's not the fall that kills you, it's what you land on. So you could fall 10 feet, be totally fine. You know, or whatever. Fall 100 feet, be 100, fine. Let's just have God do some channeling. It's like, God's going to take over my voice now. Thank you, God. You're just so special. let's just talk about how wonderful God is and how the trees and how they didn't create anything. People wonder, yeah, we don't go down that route. Does God create things or do they just happen? See, no one knows. That's why there's a belief system about everything. And each belief system is convincing on its own. They said I'd suck at debating. Said, you want to debate people? They said, don't debate. That's one thing. There's no point in arguing with people, like if they ask, especially if they ask you to leave. Throw a fit. I always think that's kind of the paradox, is that if you're suffering, you're having a hard time, it's like that's when people, they don't see it that way. They don't care that you're having a hard time. They don't care. But I see it that way. I see it as like, you know, my dad. Yeah, let's just talk about my dream here. Yeah, I had one where my dad wants to do it his way. What was the other one? Going back to school. Yeah, about how, yeah, school was not good for me. Let's just say that. But it's like, I feel like school is kind of like a holding pen. Like, you know, some people just get a GED. They don't even go to high school. So what is, it shouldn't be, I don't know why that was in my dream. God doesn't like me too much, I don't think, but it's not like there's an entity up there that doesn't just says, I don't like Steve. I say they're in us, around us, with us, helping us do what we want. They help people get what they want. That's like the secret behind the secret. But it has to be within a belief system. That's why my belief system doesn't make sense. It makes sense to people like me who just want the truth beyond the truth behind everything. But then you get back there, you know, it's like the Wizard of Oz. You know, it's like it's just a man there going, well, we're just doing our best out here. You know, that's like, there's a joke about how scientists or whatever, they get to the top of the mountain and then there's a bunch of theologians sitting up there. I don't see it that way. I see it's like the Wizard of Oz, you know, like everyone's having a life. They're following the yellow brick road. They're follow the yellow, you know, they're just doing what they want or think is right or within their belief system. And then they get to the end. What's the ultimate truth? If there is an ultimate truth, we'll never know it. But people think that they've got the truth. That includes me. But my belief is a little different because I think that God, or however you want, has a control over supernatural type beliefs. Like they will just give people, that's how they say, we just give people what they want. They want a loving God. They want a hateful God. What do they want? Karma. They want to know that the life is fair. I wanted the truth behind the truth. So I can see that, but trying to convince anyone of it is almost impossible because most people don't say, well, this is just what I believe, whether it's true or not. But God also says it doesn't matter. It's more about just having a life. It's not about religion or anything. It's not. I think that's probably another myth out there. Is that religion? They said religion was supposed to be more like, like the Sunday school that gives people hope and meaning, and then they get back to their lives. But then see, when you start, like me, as overly relying on it and thinking that, everyone must be, they must not care about their religion. They must not think it's important. But it's not supposed to be that important. It's supposed to be just something there. Just another part of your life, You love God, thank you, God, and then get on with your life type of thing. So some people are overly doing things But God's going to help them do it, whatever it is. Like, He'll help me do whatever I want in my life. But they also tell me, well, we can't make you do things, can't make you get out, get a job, move out. You know, because I guess I'm kind of, it's like, I would say overwhelmed. God in my mind, that kind of coached me on that one. What words to say on that one? That's how I say it. See, that's the thing. I can't put myself in someone else's place and see, because I say, well, what if they had their problems? I go, well, no, they wouldn't like it. Nobody's going to like having these problems, but everyone's different. Get their unique set of problems. I don't think there's anyone like me. I'll just say that but we're all unique in some way, for sure. Yeah, some people believe in a loving God or a just God, or, you know, how many, there's so many debates going on, and it's frustrating because it's like, I can't just join in and let me just correct you on that one. Because that's how I was. Like, I was preaching Jesus Christ mostly. You know, trying to figure it out. Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out but it's also like we got our blinders on too. That's another thing. Because then I look back and I say, I was stupid for believing that, and God says, no, you weren't stupid for believing that. No, I'm not stupid for believing something and then changing my beliefs based off, you know, new experiences or whatever. I'm sure we've all changed our beliefs at some point. But then we just go to another belief system. So, where I have this, I don't know how to explain. Hello! Hope you're having a great day. What a wonderful dog you have here.
Thank you.
I record myself on this, and
That's all right. Yeah, he's friendly. There you go. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. Yeah, so that's one thing God changed about me, is that, you know, they said, be nicer to people. I think I was nice to people before. But they taught me how to do it. They taught me, here's things you can say to people. They're not doing that anymore. That was I called it part of the enlightenment training that I went through. My life was going the wrong way, and I was basically begging God. And I don't know, my heart was hurting too. I don't know what that was all about. I don't know if that was from infections in my mouth or what, but there was nothing they could pick up on, you know, going to a hospital. They could just look and there's nothing wrong there. It just hurt. Just hurt. And so I don't know. But God would tell me that, you know, your heart's fine. So I don't know if they were doing that or the infections or what, but I did get some teeth pulled that should have been pulled a long time ago. And it's still not, my teeth are, it's not a good situation. And it's like a lot of brushing just to maintain. You know, and they said you shouldn't just have to try to maintain teeth that aren't working. That's another thing they phrase it like, is this serving you? Is this helping you? But then it's also, I'm clinging because I wanted people to show more caring and more concern and give assurance. And they said, that's just not going to happen. They also said making these videos is not going to fix it. People are seeing like I think they're seeing a pretty good side of me when I make these videos. They're not seeing me totally behind the scenes. But that's okay. I guess that's just life. You know, it's like, this reality where they just film you 24/7. But also, it's like I told one of the workers about some of the things that were going on, and like they had no clue. Because at one point, God was like telling me to do things, and I was obeying. And they had me lock me in a door, locked me out of my door at night, and they said, they were punishing me. It was like this, man. I called it the 40 day. It lasted a lot longer than 40 days. 40 days with the, like it wasn't just like a transition straight into the demons, but they started off real nice. Then started getting real dark. And now it's just, it's funny, I said hi to a lady. Hope you're having a great day. And I can't remember what she said, but then I said, yeah, well, God is yammering down on me every day to be nicer to people. But God says, it's this thing, you can't win an argument with God, but also God's not going to they don't care. It's not, that's the thing, it can never be truly explained as far as I know. They told me that we don't think anyone will ever figure it out. Yeah, it's like a magic trick that no one will ever figure out, but they'll believe it works a certain way. How about that? I like that analogy. They don't like analogies at all. So, but at one point they were giving me lots of analogies. So it's like they can be kind of anything they want. Loving, nice, cruel. Not really, not that cruel. They're not. Because even when they took over my voice, they never ever had me say anything that bad. More like embarrassing, if anything, but not like I'm gonna do harm or something. Nothing like that. Just said some maybe embarrassing stuff, I guess. Inappropriate. They'd ask me, is that appropriate? They said, you love the gift. And basically, this is what I believe, no one has any gifts. God does it. So it's like if someone says they can move objects with their mind, it's not them, it's God moving it. Just like I don't believe a man can do miracles. If anyone does a miracle, it's God, not a man. That's kind of what I believed. They say, roll it back, don't talk. They don't think I should be mentioning a certain person, but yeah, I always feel like my life is kind of a paradox because I feel like I'm smart, I'm talented, people like me, But it's also, there's no, in my life, it's not this is it. I know this is going to help me. This is what I want. What I wanted, God says, we can't get you what you want. My life back. I said, as I told God, I'd like my life back, want my life. They said, we can't get your parents to help you. They basically say, we just can't get anyone to help you. They said, there are ways, because they tell me this. They said, you don't know what God can do and what, That's right, I don't know. Because I believe people have these real experiences, or they're subjectively real, however you want to phrase that. I don't know how to phrase it. They're really flying, folks. People say that they teleported somewhere. Or, they saw something in the past happen. I believe that they did see that, but God created that for them to see. They didn't do that. No one has the power to teleport. Unless God does it. But that's another thing. It's not like there's some kind of formula or rule sheet behind it. Like, why does this person get this? Why did they step into my life and change me? Because they, I'm. It's not like I'm. I still say, hey, you should say prayers. I'm definitely not against that. But I don't think it's like you say a prayer and then it just happens. There's something else going on, but we'll never know what it is. Because some people say, oh, prayers don't help. And other people say prayers do help. See, it's not a causal. That's another thing I said, if someone harm, it's like, you don't cause someone to be suicidal with harm, but it's like there's all these factors that can lead to that. Depends on the person's scenario. It goes on and on. Basically, they tell me that I just want things to work out. I don't want revenge on people, but I'm not getting the justice or seeing what I think should be justice. That's what I want. I just want things to work out. I don't know how else to explain that. But I think a lot of people want things to work out. It's just, but they're not. They go on and on and on, and then I'm good at enduring crap for no reason. Because I keep, I have ideals. I'd say ideals that I like hang on to, that people should do what's right. But God basically says that'll never happen. People are never just going to do what's right, fix the situation. And they say no heaven, no hell. But they also say you don't know. Because they remind me that's what I believe. But also I can't go back to a traditional belief system. I can't just go back into it because of what I believe. I think everyone, they said no one's being duped, fooled, hoodwinked or whatever, but it's like that's how I see it. Like everyone's being suckers born every minute. That guy must have wanted to make a lot of money off those suckers, I guess. I don't know. That's another thing. It's like it's this weird, it's not a paradox, but it's like I don't want money. I don't want people to give me money, but I just want to have money. I don't know. So God had to teach me that if someone gives you money, just take it. Don't argue with them. Don't say, well, I said, just take it. So because occasionally people will try to give me a few bucks here and there. We're at 27 minutes. I feel like I could just walk and talk. And as soon as I turn this off, God will be hammering me down, folks. That's kind of why I do this stuff, because they said if I'm doing something loving, productive, or resting, they kind of leave me alone. I don't say leave me alone, but they're not like hammering me down, whatever. So we're at 27 minutes already. All right. I don't want to keep making this, but it's a beautiful day out here. I wish everyone was out in nature, getting some fresh air, getting some exercise. I believe that's good for you. So I'll just say, leave it here. God bless everyone and have a great day.